Okay, so we're ready when
There
you
you go. Okay. Welcome to the August 28th, 2025 meeting of the Business Affairs and License Committee. My name is Anton Mauler, and I am the chair of the committee. Tonight, we are joined by District Manager Jesus Perez and Community Coordinator Ryan Lafferty. This meeting is called to order at 6:34 p.m. As a reminder, New York State law requires all committee members who are not able to attend the meeting in person to have their cameras on and their first and last names displayed from the time the meeting is called to order until time the meeting is adjourned. Members of the public who are attending virtually, you can raise any questions or comments that you can have through the Q&A feature of Zoom. Members of the public who are here in person, you can raise any questions that you have by raising your hand. If there's more time following the committee's discussion, we will field questions from the public. Sarah Whittington has volunteered to take the minutes this evening. Thank you, Sarah. We will not take attendance by roll
Yay,
call.
Sarah!
Thank you, Ann.
Ryan Lafferty will conduct the roll call.
Thanks, Anton. Committee members, I will call your name. When your name is called, please say present. I'll announce if there is a quorum. Paige Judge.
Present.
Oh, thanks, Paige.
Yeah, Bill,
Um,
I think I called you by accident. All good.
I can't recognize you if I can't see you.
Anton Malner.
Here,
Thank you. Ann Seligman.
Here,
Thank you. Sarah Whittington.
Present.
Thank you. Will Perry. Present. Thank you. And Michael Monroe is not joining us this evening, and John Keller is not joining us this evening. With 5 of 7 members, we have a quorum.
thank you. Before we talk about the agenda, I'd like to recognize Will Perry as newest member of this committee. It is on short notice. Thank you very much, Will. We look forward to your contributions. Thank you. Okay. The agenda for tonight's meeting was distributed ahead of time by the board office and is reflected on the screen before you. If there's no objection, we will adopt the agenda. Members of the committee, if you object to adopting the agenda, please raise your hand.
Oh, Ann, I see your hand is raised.
my hand is only raised because I wanted to echo Anton's welcoming of Will's arrival, especially on this short notice. So thank you very much for making this meeting possible.
Not a problem.
Okay. I see no objections. The agenda for tonight's meeting is adopted. Minutes from the February 27th, 2025, April 24th, 2025, and July 31, 2025 meetings were distributed ahead of time by the board office. If there is no objection, we will adopt the minutes as drafted. Members of the committee, if you object to the adopting the minutes, please raise your hand and indicate which minutes you object to adopting. Seeing no objections, the minutes from the February 27th, 2025, April 24th, 2025, and July 31, 2025 meetings are adopted. They will soon be available on the CB6 website. Some ground rules. In order to conduct an efficient meeting, let's observe a few ground rules. 1, no one may speak until granted the floor. 2, committee members who are here in person, if you have a question about committee business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand and I will identify you so you can speak. 3, committee members unable to attend in person, if you have a question about committee business, you may raise your hand through Zoom and I will identify you so you can speak. All committee members, it is extremely important that only one person speak at a time, so that members of the public watching at home can understand what is being said by each committee member. Important, number 5, the chat function for committee members present via Zoom should not be used for committee business or questions about agenda topics. All such remarks should be made on the record by raising your hand through Zoom. Chat should only be used to alert us to any technical difficulties you are having or to state in writing information, like an email address that was already stated aloud on the record during the meeting. So shall we get into tonight's agenda? Item 1, dining out New York City application for Sidewalk Cafe, 4-year license for Cara LLC, doing business as Dog and Bone at 338 Third Avenue. I believe we're looking for an update by one of the representatives, Mr. Kelly.
Yes, hi, good evening, everyone. Okay, so when we were here last month, the owner submitted a plan that showed the kiosk to be in front of her restaurant, which would mean we had to be 10 feet away from it because it's a regional corridor. But the kiosk is in front of the restaurant or bar next to us. So we only have to be 8 feet away from it. So in essence, we are able to put the 3 tables with the 12 seats in our area and, you know, basically have the correct clearances.
Okay, yes, we discussed this last meeting. Do I hear a motion to recommend approval of this application?
Ann has her.
Oh, I'm
hand raised.
sorry, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't really have one because, Mike, I understand the issue here, but in fact, the application does list the location as a neighborhood, not a regional corridor.
Okay, I'll have her correct that. I didn't file the original application. He just brought me in
Yeah.
to do the community board hearing. But Third Avenue is
Yeah.
regional.
Third Avenue, at least in that stretch, is regional. And it's like weird because as far as I can tell, the Baruch Plaza, since it's unmapped, has 0 regulation. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, pretty much,
Yeah,
basically.
since it was demapped, right?
Cheap seating.
Thank you, Ann. That's a very astute observation, and I think it talks to the situation that whoever fills out these applications has got to be very careful and fill in all the required information correctly.
Yeah, I just want to add, I was by there earlier today and it looks like you know, what's in the diagram is accurate by what I saw this afternoon. You had the sign in the window, which was good, announcing the meeting this evening. I would just echo what's been said in previous meetings with regard to making the schematics clear. I think some of the footage on this schematic that we saw last week or last month, and I'm looking at again, some of the numbers are a little not legible, but from what I paced off today, I think, you know, it's going to be fine.
Okay. Do I hear a motion of no objection?
Motion of no objection.
Need a second? Okay. Okay, motion of no objection to this application was moved and seconded. Is there any objection to this motion?
Did we just want to ask if any members of the community had any?
I can't hear you.
Did we want to ask if any members of the community had any?
That's a good question. I should have asked. Any members of the community have any comments?
I don't see any raised hand. No raised hands.
All right, seeing no objection. This motion is passed by unanimous consent. Okay, thank you very much,
Yeah.
Kelly. I think we'll be talking to you later. There's a couple other things here on this.
Oh,
agenda.
Alteration film.
Yeah. Dining out New York City application for Sidewalk Cafe, 4-year license from Linden Incorporated, doing business as Lucky Linden at 156 East 33rd Street. Is there a representative available?
Yes, hi, my name is Andy. I'm from ABC License representing Linden INC. We will be applying for a sidewalk cafe. We were hoping to put just 2 tables, 2 seats each, so that's total 4 seats in front of the French door windows. It'll be really tight, but maximum 2 seats, 2 tables, 4 seats can fit.
I noticed on your DOT application, your FESIP expired on May 31st. Have you renewed it?
You're referring to the health department license?
Food service establishment permit?
Yes, that has been renewed. So it's good until 2026.
Okay. And 26. Okay. I don't have any issues with the two top. I think we're also going to speak to you about item 16.
Yes,
We're
the
listening to an alteration for on-premises liquor license for Linden Incorporated, doing business as Lucky Linden at 156 East 3rd Street. I presume this is in respect to serving liquor on the sidewalk cafe.
yes, sir.
Okay. Let's do both of these, but we're gonna have to do two.
We can do it as one.
We do one?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's one resolution.
All right. First one. For the sidewalk seating, a motion recommending approval for this application. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Second,
Second,
okay. Resolution is adopted by unanimous consent. Okay. For the SLA alteration, a motion of no objection to this application. Do I hear a motion? Okay, second,
second,
is there any objection to this motion? Seeing no objection, the application is moved. And approved. Okay,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much, sir. Good luck.
I'll be back for another one. One more tonight.
16, okay. Item 4, dining out New York City application for license for Diner 24 NYC LLC, doing business as Diner 24.
I think we skipped number 3.
Yeah. Did I miss that? Oh, no. Sorry. Working on over an earlier edition
they changed.
of the. Okay. Next section, cannabis application. New cannabis application for retail dispensary license for
No.
New York Cannabis Company.
I think you skipped ahead
Wait,
rather than, yeah.
I think we have opposite charter.
We have a dining out NYC application for Sidewalk Cafe for your license for 1063 First Avenue Restaurant Corp. Doing business as House and Tar at 1061.
Who was that put in?
He's been here for the past 3 months, something new every time.
Okay.
Is he here, Mr. Fowler?
Yes, hi. I'm here.
Okay,
Hi,
Hello,
okay, this is, I'm sorry, which restaurant is this?
House and Tar.
Oh, it's a Tar. Oh, yeah, I was by there this afternoon. I see you've changed the First Avenue side seating so that it complies with DOT completely. Now we're talking about the 58th Street side.
we resubmitted the drawing to the DOT because
Okay,
of the corridor clearance issue.
yes,
And now we have the required clearance.
okay. All right, I think, I don't have any questions. Does anybody have any questions? Members of the community?
Yeah, well, Anne has her hand raised.
And
Anne, you have your hand raised.
oh, I'm sorry.
sorry, I thought I was unmuted. I was a little, because I pulled up my notes from July saying like, can we approve the roadway but not the sidewalk, or the sidewalk pending the corrected package? So do we have the corrected package? Is it all like, or Anton, you know it's okay now?
Yes,
Yeah, this is the corrected
Yeah.
package from DOT.
All right,
okay.
then I'm good with it.
Okay. Okay, do I hear a motion recommending approval of this application?
motion of approval,
Second,
Second.
second. Okay. Chair hears no objection. This resolution adopted by unanimous consent will be considered by the full board on September 10th, 2025. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so we're skipping number 4, dining out for Diner 24 NYC.
No,
No, we're,
that's the next one.
okay. All right, dining out New York City application for license for Diner 24 NYC LLC doing business as Diner 24 at 283 Third Avenue. Is there a representative here?
Yes,
Okay. Your food service establishment permit expired on July 31st. Have you renewed it?
yes.
Okay. I don't have any questions. Does any member of the committee have any questions? I see a hand up.
Yeah, I had a question, which was just there were no furnishings indicated in the application.
I'm not aware of that, but I will double check. This is basically a
Yeah,
30-year.
I mean, I think we can pull up.
Yeah, because it's the same as when we inherited the Lyric Diner. This is the Lyric Diner space. We did exactly what
I'm
they were
just-
approved to.
Yep, and I'm all in favor. I'd like, but when I looked at it,
I'm not
go
aware of
down
that,
to the
but
next page.
Ms. Seligman, I'm not aware of that, but I will jump on that if it's true. We,
So wait, yep, those are all left blank.
Philippe, my partner's on here. Are you aware of that? Because I thought that was all, we just carbon copied exactly what was there for 30 years.
Hi, all. I am not aware of that either. No. I know I have Elma here as well that sent the application. Let me
Unfortunately, Ms. Sullivan, we hired an
suspect-
agency to do it the right way. That's professional service. And I'm very sorry. I take full responsibility and I'm kind of embarrassed.
Well, I'm assuming that you are not serving just hand food. So, and I gotta tell you, this is one of the reasons I noticed this, and I'm saying this to all the applicants here. This is a not uncommon error. And you're paying somebody for this, like you should get a discount because you know what?
100%.
They're not friggin' paying attention.
Can I record this so I can send it to them?
It is already recorded.
Thank you. I want a copy. Absolutely. In all seriousness, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is what we paid them to do. It was very simple. Lyric Diner had the exact amount of seats there for I think 20 something years. And we just did exactly that. We're not asking for more or less.
Nope, everything else looks fine, but
Yeah, but didn't fill in the section 3 about the awning, because you do have an awning. And I remember
there
I
you
said
go.
at the top of this meeting that you have to be very careful about filling these out, fill everything out that needs to be filled out.
You are correct.
Because we have sharp-eyed people here. Thank you, Ann.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Anton.
We appreciate that.
Okay. Any members of the community have any questions? No. All right. I would recommend the following, that we table motion for approval based on the fact that they will be resubmitting with the correct information to the DEP.
Fair enough.
Not DEP, DOT, sorry.
DOT.
Okay. Okay, do I hear a motion of approval based on that stipulation?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second. All right, do I hear any objection? Chair hears no objection. The resolution adopted by unanimous consent will be considered by the full board on September 10th, 2025.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so
And-
much.
Get a better architect.
This was recommended to us by DOT.
Oh,
Great.
The ones that, and everybody that knows the history of our restaurant, they're the ones that also kept us delayed 10 months to open. DOB and DOT.
It seems the old adage rings true. If you want something done right, do it yourself.
no, gosh.
Frank, I might take your information down. All right, anyway, thank you, everybody. I know you have a busy
All
schedule.
right, good
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we go on to item number 5. New cannabis application retail dispensary license for New York Cannabis Company doing business as New York Marijuana Company, Inc. at 438 Second Avenue. Is there a representative here?
Yes, I am here.
Okay.
Could you tell your
Yeah.
name, please?
Sure, my name's Jason Friedman.
Thank you.
Jason Friedman.
I've attended, this should be my third meeting I'm attending.
Yes,
with
you
guys.
have.
Yes. Sir. Okay, Mr. Friedman, you're aware that the OCM recently reset its regulations regarding distances from both schools, houses of worship, etc. And looking at the maps, it seems that you are 272 feet from the school, 361 feet from
I'm
the
sorry.
school, and
How many feet? I didn't hear you.
272 feet from the Acorn School, 361 feet from 2 American Sign Language and English schools, and elementary and middle high schools, and a District 75 school.
Oh, what map are you looking at?
We finished
Just so I
also
can
St. Clement's
reference
Church.
this.
St. Clement's Church office is 169 feet, and this comes
No.
from the nearest state proximity map itself.
Yes, I looked that up on the proximity map as well. I'm 530 feet from the school of the elementary, MS school. I'm not sure the name. There's no other school that I had come up that was closer than that. The deacon's office no longer exists there. We've looked it up. I have pictures of every store and went into the building around the corner and asked them, the doorman, about the deacon's office, and there's no such existing place at this moment. I've even called the church and asked, and they never got back to me.
Well,
So I was just
well,
going based on that and being the fact that also we submitted before a certain timeline, which I think the OCM is going to have to grant some type of waiver or grandfather law due to all the money invested by each applicant that is involved in this at this point.
Yes, I understand that, and I believe it's going up to the governor's office. However, at this point in time, the proposed location is not in compliance with the OCM's regulations. So
Yeah.
I don't think we as a committee can consider even approval or disapproval based on non-compliance with current OCM rules and the law. So the only thing I can suggest is that you, amongst the other 44, actually 108 and 44 between the two regions, downstate and upstate, try working with Delaware Hochul and the legislature to get yourselves either grandfathered or make some kind of exception.
Right. Okay. Are you using the PPLM map as well?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Am I?
Are you guys using the PPLM map as well? Yeah. Is that the map that
Well,
we should be
use more
using?
than that map. We also use other maps for the area.
Okay. Because I used the liquor map as well and kind of got the same answer on the same two
Okay.
maps. That's all. I was just, all right. Well, I can't change your mind. So, you
I don't
know.
want to waste your time, but we can't really
Nope.
review this. And I thank you for coming, and hopefully you'll be able to either resolve this where you are or find a location that is within the parameters of the current laws.
You got it. Thank you for your time.
Good luck. Thank you, sir.
All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Anne has her hand raised.
Oh, yes, Ann?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to hear about this, but there were a couple of other things that, should you come back to us, you should be aware of. I noticed that on the application, you said you have no security guard, which obviously it's not required, but I believe that every other application that has come before us has had a security guard. That's one thing. And the there were the other thing that's not only relevant to you really is that previously you had said you were going to send a letter from the real estate agent saying there were no negotiations going on for the location on East 23rd Street. And as far as I know, you have not submitted that, or it's
I
possible I've
submitted
missed that.
emails to Brian that might have suggested that we were in talks of 438 versus the
Okay.
352, which by the way, which was removed from proximity.
Okay, I'm
352
just saying, like
East
you
23rd
said you,
Street, just so you know.
yeah, there's just a credibility thing. When you say like, oh, we're gonna send a letter, and then we don't have that letter, it's like, wait, like we have a letter saying we're gonna have a letter. Like that's not the same
Well, no,
thing.
you can't just really
I'm sorry, I can't.
discredit everything to Brian, so maybe ask him if that's sufficient. I'm just saying, my credibility as far as that, I proved my credibility along with having the proximity of the other dispensary removed. And I also submitted multiple things from the real estate agent to Brian in an email. So maybe that would be sufficient if you could provide
Maybe
that.
those did not.
You know.
That's certainly possible, although Brian is very good about sharing information. The other thing that for anybody who is interested in cannabis applications, one of the things that it's not really on our formal form, like on our form yet, but one of the things, because we have had some folks that perhaps were not completely straightforward with us, is that I think we really want to know who are all individuals or entities that are in any way involved with the business. Like anybody that has a stake in the business, we kind of want to know who they are and whether they have stakes in other cannabis businesses in New York or other states. So just kind of keep that in mind, that if you come before us again, that's a question you're likely to get.
Okay. Because I know in January, you guys found me unanimously all in favor for a different location. So I don't know what's happened here.
It was
I
a
guess it's
different
the
location.
proximity. Yeah, I guess it's the proximity issue at this point.
And
But,
and also I think honestly, we have learned a little stuff as we all are as we go along.
Of course, everybody has to evolve. Understood. All right, Aaron, I don't want to spend anybody's time. You guys have a good night. Hopefully I'll see you again soon.
So, Anton,
Yeah.
I just want to say, since our ability to opine is limited to the 60 days, if we don't send a resolution to OCM, then they won't have that.
The problem is, if it's not a legal distance, this shouldn't even reach us.
The OCM's take is that is not for us to decide. So
But it's not,
that is not for the CB6 to decide. So while it's very likely that this will fall away because of the distance requirements, if it does not, and then by that point, more than likely, the 60-day period will have passed, and we will then not have a resolution on file. I just want to make sure, we just want to make sure that before you guys move on from this, that you are well aware of that. If you are okay with that, then you move on. If you are not okay with that, you want to have something on file, should this application proceed, that now is your chance.
Yeah, maybe upon like, if it's grandfathered in and the waiver is set or variance that you guys approve or disapprove. I can't, judge that for you guys. I'm just maybe helping the situation like he stated, so you guys have an answer.
so basically, it's not, Jesus, you're not saying, you're saying that we in the committee can't opine about this distances?
You can't.
I can't.
What I'm saying is that before you move on, my understanding was you guys were about to move on without passing any resolution on this under the basis of the distance requirements potentially invalidating the application
Right.
entirely. We don't know ultimately what will happen, given that there have been so many twists and turns with OCM anyway. What I would say, what we do know is that there is a 60-day period for every application that comes by.
Mhm.
It will open, it will close. That we do know. So it's better perhaps to issue a resolution, if you have any opinion on this at all, and not need it, rather than not issue one.
So we
probably.
should issue a resolution, yea or nay, based on the merits of the case and not whether we think it's within 500 feet of the school, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, I mean, now, if you have an issue with it because it's within X number of feet of a school or that school or this school, then you should say that in your resolution.
Okay.
But I would not, I would probably, it's up to you, but I would probably not say, I would not issue a resolution simply because there's an expectation that this will fall away.
Right, you know, because.
So Jesus, could we do a resolution saying, I'm not necessarily making this motion, but saying we approve of this, assuming that it meets all proximity requirements?
By the OCM.
You can make a resolution that says whatever you want. You need to, this is however, your only shot to make a case for or against this particular location.
Okay, all right, before we go any further, then, some community members have spoken. Any members of the community that can opine or to talk about this? No member of the community.
Yes, Barbara Hochstein would like to speak. Barbara Hochstein, I'm promoting you to panelist.
3 minutes, please.
Ms. Hochstein, we can hear you.
Okay, I live in 305 East 24th Street, and I know a lot of the tenants are very against a cannabis store coming into the building. We have a lot of older residents and we have a lot of young families. And between older residents and young families do not want to have this element in their building. This is very upsetting to a lot of people. That is a huge space. It's not like a small store. So I can't even imagine what else they'll be doing in that in that space. And I'm also concerned that they're going to make it into a smoking lounge because of the size of that store. And there is just a lot of concern within this building. And I know I have a few other people around here is not really happy with this situation.
Thank you. Sir, the situation of having a smoking lounge, is that your intention?
No, it's not. That's not even legal by OCM.
Thank you. Any other members of the community?
I don't see any raised hands.
No? Okay. All right. The board office did get a number of letters, one of them from Jessica Lavoie, who's chair of the Murray Hill Neighborhood Association, in so many words, is not in favor of the cannabis application, mostly based on the fact that it falls within the distance regulations of the OCM. And basically, they did their measurements and they were not happy that it was close to these schools, okay?
Where's that code?
Now- Okay. Do any members of the committee have any further comments? No. As opposed to other cannabis applications that we've had come in, where there were a huge number of community members who are against this. I don't see very many community members making objection to this. Other than being out, what we see, compliance with the distance regulations. I would recommend, if the board, or sorry, the committee agrees, that we approve or have no objection to this cannabis application, providing that the Office of Cannabis Management does either grandfather the location or change the regulation such that it becomes a legally cited enterprise. Do I hear any comment on that?
I guess my comment would be if we're making that sort of an, you know, an assumption or an if on the part of OCM, I'm not comfortable making an assumption when already OCM has not been particularly, you know, well organized and all the other adjectives that you could add to that. But I was just thinking of Mr. Boris, the assembly member that was here last month, who spoke on the Zoom, that, you know, all of the dispensaries that have been approved and are not in compliance, that's going to be a huge, you know, issue for them to work out. And so, from my standpoint, I'm not, you know, comfortable giving looks like a semi-exception to this particular entity. I think he can go, and Mr. Friedman, you could go and do what you need to do with regard to, you know, making your business application, you know, fit with the rules when OCM can figure out the rules. And I realize that's hard to do and difficult and time consuming, but on the other hand, it's probably, you know, better, you're in a better position than some of these other people, so to speak. You know, I do know where that, you know, entity is on the corner of Second Avenue, is it? And I forget the
25th.
cross, 25th. Yeah, it's a big space, so,
It's about 3,000 square feet.
yeah, it's big. So, you know, I'd like to see more, you know, plans for what you want to have such a big space look like.
Right. Well, that would have to come with the architect and everything once we get approved, this from everybody's angle at this point. We're just, you know, I'm just a guy that just got awarded a license in like a lotto, so I'm just trying to take advantage of it as a businessman. I have multiple other businesses that I've been running for over 15 years. So I'm just, you know, just trying to take advantage of my opportunity at this time, to really be honest with you guys. Everybody.
Anne has her hand raised.
Yes. And
Yeah, so I don't want to be the Bach committee where we're saying no to stuff, but, you know, I will, push back a little bit that, you know, there was a thing that said you were going to provide this, and I understand, you know, to some extent you won the lottery. And frankly, a lot of people who win the lottery go broke. So, you know, be careful what you wish for. We also, when I looked at this application, we didn't have a lease, which I think we did then subsequently get a lease. Is that correct?
No, the
It's a
lease will come,
sublease.
the lease will come, it's on contingency of getting approved by the OCM.
Okay, but I gotta tell you, like, people
Yeah.
share, like one of the things we asked for is like, do you have a lease? And
I provided a sublease for you. Which
okay,
is in our company name,
so
which was provided from the
okay,
person that is actually getting the lease once upon approval. So that's
well,
basically where we're
that
at with
goes
that.
back to my other, and certainly we get leases saying, you know, we're gonna pay, like, you know, the lease starts this date. It is a lease that has been, you know, activated, and it says that, you know, you paid this much until until you have approval. And once you have approval, then you get a different amount. And I would recommend anybody who's doing a business that requires state approval, like
I mean,
negotiate a lease like that, right?
can
So,
I explain?
yes,
Well, in my
exactly.
sublease,
Like
there is an
that's
abatement period until approval. The
terrific. That's
financial,
exactly what I'm
the
talking about.
financial, um, the
It's a big
financial
hit, I get it.
responsibility, no, the financial responsibility we have is
Yeah,
obviously, you know, is being taken care of at this moment as the lease, as the place is still vacant, as you notice, and being held for us.
I do. And
So
I will
my
also, I also,
credibility has been strong so far in all aspects, to be honest
okay.
with you.
I,
And
I also
and to
want to,
deter me to say, like, you know, all of these businesses went out of business. I've been in business. I have multiple businesses, maybe 13 different businesses that have been in business for over 15 years. So my credibility is
okay,
very strong. I mean, to assume all of these things is kind of insulting, to be honest with you.
we're
And I
not
got
assuming
attacked by you
anything.
last
Like
time
that's
with the
the whole,
same thing, with the
I'm
same
sorry,
dynamic.
excuse me,
I'm just
Jason,
trying
that's
to
the whole
tell you
point. We
how
are not,
yeah, you know,
we
but
are
I'm
not
just trying to
assuming
be a regular.
anything.
I don't want to be
We are
attacked and
not
say I'm
assuming anything.
discreditable and be insulted in any.
That's why we are asking these questions, is because we are not assuming anything. That's why we're asking. And frankly, it's insulting to me that you think we're making those assumptions. I'm going off the data that I have in front of me, which is what I do with all 29 applicants that we have in front of us. So, you know, thanks for that. And
Okay, thank
I
you.
gotta say, so no,
And
I gotta say, I still would love to know before I vote in favor of what Anton requested, you know, I would love to know the names of any individuals or entities who are involved with the business, and do they have other cannabis applications. And I also want to say to the member of the community, there's a liquor store, or used to be, on that block. And I'm not sure how different this is. So keep that in mind.
thank you. You can unmute Mr. Frank Frieden.
Mr. Friedman? Trying to unmute you.
Hello? I couldn't hear you. I lost you for a
Oh,
second.
we can hear you now.
Okay.
Did you-
Okay.
Ms. Longman asked. if
Who my
there are-
partners are? Well, my partner is right next to me. That's my wife. Me and my wife are the entity holders of this business. And then I have another partner who is not involved in any other cannabis deals.
With just this business,
It would just be this retail business right here.
those three people involved, you, your wife, and a third partner.
Correct.
And does that satisfy your question?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Jesus has a very valid point. I think we should opine one way or the other and leave the issue of distance regulations, whether the OCM will take that into consideration or not. Whether we would approve or disapprove this application, or recommend approval or disapproval of this application. Do I hear any consensus from the committee about this particular situation?
And that's specifically in regards to St. Clements Church, or was that also with PS 47?
Is it PS 47? No, again, we get into the distance situation. And what do you think?
Well, I know.
Sorry.
So, yes, I understand that. For me,
Sorry.
there's a concern of the distance, because I did do the, the online measuring of the crow's
Proximity.
Yeah.
proximity and it doesn't work. I wanted to just add to what, committee member Seligman had said about what we talked about last month with Mr. Friedman. And yes, we have a copy of that, offer of a lease, but we also indicated that, some of the scratch offs and changes in the lease needed to be more legally taken care of. And I didn't see a copy of that in the, in the Airtable documents that we had. So I'm,
Is this lease that was scrolling on the screen, it's on the screen now, but when did we receive that?
We had this before last month's meeting.
Before? So this is the same lease?
Yeah, sublease.
so the offer of a lease.
And the only reason I'm in the meeting still is because I was, before the law changed, it was 530.9 feet away door to door. That's the only reason I'm still in this meeting, and one of the 44 that's pending, let's just say. Otherwise, I wouldn't even apply. I wouldn't even be fighting for this at this point, to be honest with you. It's just there's just too much money involved, and with the grandfather's law, and I know all the other people are also gonna it'll be a huge lawsuit. I don't think the OCM will be able to handle that in general. Another lawsuit, class action, that large. Because a lot of people have like personal guarantees, stores built out, or that's what I'm saying. And that's just basically my assumption. You guys can choose however which way you like. You got to meet me. I got to meet you all several times. And hopefully I get a good decision from you guys today.
Thank you. Paige, did you have any questions?
I'm sorry. I'm not comfortable with this, with the distance and that. I'm not going to vote for this if you're going to go with a favorable resolution.
Will, do you have any questions?
I think the same. I think the distance makes it hard regardless of.
No. Accepting that.
Yeah.
Accepting that. Let's talk about the merits of the application.
If distance is something. Excuse me, if distance is something that committee members have issues with, that can still be a valid element to include in your resolution. My only concern from earlier was that it sounded like you guys were about to just move on with no resolution at all, simply because of the distance. That I would not advise. However, if you decide to pass a resolution and the distance is one of the elements that gives you pause, I think that's a valid thing you can mention in that. Because typically OCM wants to hear from the community board and municipalities about time, place, and manner. Meaning their hours, which this board does, which this committee doesn't typically opine on, the manner of operation, and the place, meaning the location. So it seems like distance is an element of location.
Okay. Do I hear a resolution of objection to this application?
I have a resolution of objection to the application.
Do I hear a resolution of no objection to this application? Can I make a resolution?
You can make a motion if someone seconds it.
Okay, notwithstanding the situation with the OCM and distance regulation, I'd like to make a resolution of no objection to this application. Do I hear a second? Not hearing a second, resolution is not offered. I'd like to make a resolution of objection to this application because of a number of other things, including community pushback and possible distance regulation issues with the OCN. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Resolution was made of objection to this application. Do I hear any objection to that resolution? Okay,
I'm gonna abstain.
We didn't vote yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that you were saying like if
Yeah, we should do a roll call.
okay,
vote.
let's do a roll call.
Do we need a certain number of votes in order
Yeah,
to pass the?
You need a majority of the members of the committee that are currently present. So that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 members duly present.
Abstain means.
wait, Jesus, I thought I could vote. I just don't count toward quorum. Is that correct?
right.
Okay.
That's what's strange. You don't count towards quorum, but I guess, do we count you in the vote count? So.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'm gonna go eat some dinner right now. I'll tell you that.
That's what I'm waiting. I gotta go pick up my son from the airport.
Ryan, let's take a roll call.
Okay. Committee members, when I call your name, please answer in favor, oppose, abstain, or not entitled. And again, this is for a resolution of objection. So a vote in favor is a vote in favor of objection.
Right.
Page Judge,
Favor.
thank you. Anton Mulder,
Favor.
thank you. And Seligman,
Abstain.
thank you. Sarah Whittington,
In favor.
thank you. Will Perry. So with 3 votes in favor and 2 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you. Friedman?
Yes.
Participation?
What was the resolution? It kept cutting out, sorry.
So it's a resolution of objection.
I got you. All right, everybody. Thank you for your time, though, and appreciate it. You have a wonderful evening.
Okay. Great.
So we have a template here for unsuitable locations. We can indicate the distance from the 2 schools and the deacon's office if the committee wishes. Sure.
Brian, given that they've already articulated the clear objection and the basis, we can fill this in later and have it ready for full board, and we can also mention the individual community members and community organizations that reached out, and then we'll have it ready for them.
Before you send it to the full board, send it, please. Okay. Number 6. For any cannabis application, this has been withdrawn by the applicant. We don't know why, but it's been withdrawn. Okay, item 7. Class change. American Multi-Cinema doing business as AMC Kips Bay 15 at 572nd Avenue. They want to upgrade its wine beer license to full liquor license. Do I hear any comments from members of the community? I see a hand.
That's a representative. For
Yes.
the applicant.
You represent AMC 15?
Oh, I'm sorry, we can't hear you.
There we go. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. I'm Lindsay Farina. I'm the attorney for American Multi Cinema Inc. I also have with me Jorge Diaz, who's the on-site manager.
Okay, right now you have wine beer license.
That's correct. Right now we have a tavern wine license and we are looking to upgrade our food and beverage service to include spirits. As AMC is recovering attendance post-pandemic, they are seeking to add amenities that appeal to adult audiences because adult attendance has been down. In AMC's experience operating 300 bars nationwide, spirits have been consistently the most requested option by adult audiences. This particular location has been licensed since November of 2023 with no adverse history. And we have no other proposed changes to the method of operation or on-site staff other than the request to add spirits.
Well, no, just offhand, I go to your theater on a fairly regular basis on Second Avenue. I find it very, very difficult to use your ticketing machines. Wish there were more people available, but other than that, do I hear any comments from members of the community? Members of the committee?
And has her hand raised?
Ann?
Yeah, I have no problem with this and I can understand why and God bless you. Got to get people back in the theater.
Yeah.
I have to say, I think it's a little weird to think of a movie theater as a tavern. So, but that's just that's more a general comment. But I'm certainly in favor and would be happy to do a motion of approval.
Actually, motion, no objection.
Motion of no objection.
Do I have a second? Okay. Are there any objections from members of the committee? Hearing no objection, the resolution is adopted by unanimous consent, will be considered by the full board at its next meeting. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. All right, now we're getting to alteration applications. I hope we can go through these fairly quickly. Because many of these have been previously approved for the sidewalk or roadway cafes. Number 8, alteration for an on-premises liquor license for Third Avenue Cafe LLC doing business as Bank Cafe at 431 Third Avenue.
Yes, hi. Robert Hall, Mike Kelly's office. Mike Kelly Inc., representing.
Mr. Kelly, welcome back. Now, we have previously approved your outdoor seating at an earlier meeting. Now, so this is just to amend your liquor license so that you can serve liquor in the outdoor area. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Do I hear any motion? Any members of the community make any objection or any members of the committee? Okay, do you hear a motion? No objection?
I'll do a motion.
Second, please.
Second.
Okay. Is there any objection from any of the committee members to this motion?
I would recommend you guys do a motion of no comment, given the timing on these things. There's probably not gonna be enough time to turn around. So a no comment, if you have no problem with it, then we don't have to send it anyway. Because the time.
We still need a resolution.
You still need a resolution, you don't have one, but just say no comment as opposed to no objection. We did those with these early on, and you guys have sort of been going back and forth with no comment or no objection, but.
Maybe we can discuss this further at our efficiency.
That's what I would. My advice would
Yes,
be.
but
no
does
comment.
that mean it doesn't have to go to full board if we're doing no comment
It does have to go.
or
to-
exact?
Right, we still have resolution that has to go to full board.
So
Yeah.
what's the benefit we're getting of doing no comment versus like,
No objections.
if we do no comment, it's not a resolution?
These resolutions, you guys have done these no comment before, but I think it doesn't always stick. Sometimes you've also done them as no objections. These things have a quick turnaround time at the SLA. So
yes,
if given that, sometimes because of the no objection, where you guys have to pass a reso and then we have to send it to the SLA, it will get there late, oftentimes. So.
but if we
you-
just don't comment on it with like that, we don't do a reso, it's just gone.
If you do no comment, you will have a reso so that you can have a written paper trail of what was said, that you had no, obviously no comment essentially can be read as no objection because you don't articulate any objection in the reso. But then that way, we don't have to worry about the deadline at the SLA, because if they don't hear from us, they will assume
There's no comment.
there's no comment, no objection, no problem anyway.
Well, Jesus, this is the situation we talked about when we were talking about renewals. We don't even look at them because we know the SLA is gonna renew them anyway.
That's a slightly different thing. There's a much tighter, we do have a role in opining on these. We don't have a role in opining on renewals, but there is a super tight timeline on alterations. So typically, it is, unless you have some major objection that you want to articulate to the SLA, it's probably better just to say no comment. That way, we don't have to worry about rushing out a resolution that probably will get there late.
But the resolution has to really be approved by the full board.
Yes.
So even if it said no comment now, or no objection now, it's still gonna hit that same timeline of reaching the board at September 10th or whatever it is.
Yes, but if it's a no comment, we don't send those resolutions. We will just have it on the resolution tracker as essentially like minutes.
Got it.
As a record
Got
that
it.
something happened, but we don't bother sending that to the SLA.
So basically, we say no comment, SLA will approve it. Approve the application.
If we say no comment, that means we will not actually send anything to the SLA. They will not receive anything from us, and then they will think, oh, they have no problem with it, which will be the
They're
case.
fine with it, yes.
I'm
And we
fine
don't
with-
have to put some, right,
Now, that's why.
but we're still, but sort of internally, we're still on the record.
Yes, I would recommend only doing it with these sort of very non-objectionable things. You have no really anything to say about them,
Yes.
only those things.
Yes,
Okay.
but I think that seems like, for me, I'm totally good with that.
Anything that's short of these meetings is fine with me. Okay. So how do we say this? Do I reckon?
Just
No comment?
no.
No comment, motion, no comment?
And second
Okay.
it.
All right. Let's try this for the next one. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I'll be on with you for the next up to number 14.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 are all. Well,
Yes.
okay. Alteration and on-premise liquor license for Shannon Cafe LLC doing business as the Honey Ram at 951 Second Avenue. Number 10, alteration for on-premises liquor license for Kips Bay Hospitality LLC doing business as Tara Rose at 384 Third Avenue.
Is it legit to bundle these?
We did
Since
that
they're like-
once. We did that once when we had a very long agenda. I would say, if you guys are confident, you have nothing really to say about number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, 12, 13, or 14. Am I correct? And that's likely the case?
Yes.
Then I would, if you wanted to bundle them, you could ask for the community any community input on any of these really quickly.
Okay.
And if there are none, move on to the next one, ask for community input. If there are none, then take a vote, a bundled vote at the end of those.
Okay, but I was gonna read it out to number 14 and ask for the community input.
Yeah.
I just want to get it on
The
record.
only one I had a question with is number 10 for the Tara Rose, but all the rest of them, I'm like, yeah, if we're just doing what we kind of said before, that's fine.
Okay. All right, let me just finish for the record. Alteration on premises liquor license for Munster Cafe LLC doing business as a Flying Cock at 497 Third Avenue. Number 13, alteration for on-premises liquor license for LMF NY LLC doing business as Turtle Bay Tavern, excuse me, at 975 Second Avenue. And alteration for on-premises liquor license for 143 Cafe Inc. doing business as Toscana 49 at 143 East 49th Street. Do I hear any comments from any member of the community? Okay. I would like to have this bundled. Do I hear any objection to bundling from item 9 through 14?
I just had a question about item 10 about for Tara Rose,
Okay, shoot.
but all the rest of them, yes, let's bundle.
And your question on Tara Rose?
I was concerned that there had been a previous issue with the whether they are complying with the spatial requirements, the guidelines for the outdoor space. I know that's not really what we're here for, but it is our opportunity to weigh in. I noticed in the Airtable that there were issues about that previously. Oh yeah, there it was. I mean, that was from a year ago. And if we don't have any other problems, like, that's fine.
All right, we looked at the DOT stuff. I think we passed it with no problem last.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went
Okay.
back to the notes too. Okay.
So pull that
All
one
right.
back in.
Yeah, okay. So is consensus of the committee to bundle everything? Okay. Okay, we're gonna bundle this and no comment resolution for items 9 through 14.
Sorry, are we including 8 cafe as well, or? do we just-
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, 8 through 14.
Do we need a second or is it just, okay, sorry.
Okay. Any objections to this? Hearing none. This bundling is approved and the alteration applications requested for items 8 through 14. We have no comment on. Am I there? Am I good on that, Jesus? Okay, thank you.
All right,
And,
thank you. Everybody have a great night.
You too. All right. Item 15 was withdrawn. We already took care of Lucky Linden, item 16. When we talked about
Number 2.
number 2. Okay. Now, next section. New application of temporary retail permits, number 17, has been laid over to the next meeting, Oasis Cafe. Number 18. New application and temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for Serafina, 300 East 50th Street, doing business as Serafina Barre at 300 East 50th Street. Is there a representative available?
Yes, I'm right here. My name is Callum Dulsnitz. I'm an attorney with the Danow Group representing the applicant.
Okay. On the 30-day notice, it says your establishment has an outdoor seating license. But have you actually obtained an outdoor seating license?
I believe the 30-day notice was to indicate that there would be outdoor seating as a feature of the establishment. But there's the DOT permit has not been applied for, and of course the alteration application to the state liquor authority has not been applied for either. But that is the intention of the applicant.
Oh, well, the intention is not fact.
No, it's not. It's not the case to use the 30-day notice to notify the committee that outdoor dining will be sought by the applicant in connection with the application.
Okay. When do they expect to send in the DOT application?
Kevin, if you're here with me, I believe you'd be able to answer that, but my understanding is that it's imminent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, good evening. So right now we have, of course, the signed lease. We're in the process of doing drawings and all that. We will be applying for the outdoor license. Which will happen like next week. Our goal is to, because we have construction and they still need to turn over the space to us. Our goal is like by next May to be open.
Yeah, but so when have you submitted the application to the DOT?
Oh, for DOT will happen next week, that we will apply for the outdoor seating.
Right. I don't know if you heard some of the earlier comments. If you or whomever fills out the DOT application, to be very careful about filling out all the necessary parts of that application, because then it leads to questions if we see something left unsaid.
Yes.
Understood.
Yes, understood.
Okay. All right. Any questions from members of the community? I see a hand. Ann, members of the committee? Ann?
Yep. So a couple of quickies, I think. I just want to confirm. So this is going into that huge new building on 50th, on the southeast corner of 50th and 2nd?
That's correct. Yep, it's on the corner of 2nd Avenue.
Okay. Great. I cannot wait for that construction to be finished, and for that lane to reopen. I noticed that there is no phone number for the on-site manager in our questionnaire. And there was no answer in the questionnaire to whether there is a public assembly permit.
It's my understanding that the public assembly permit will be applied for and will be in hand before the establishment's operational. And in terms of the premise phone number, I don't believe the phone number has been established yet, but we can absolutely provide that number to the committee. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would make sense. Like you don't actually have a location, so you wouldn't have a phone number. That totally, like the whole thing is a little bit weird, right? That there's like you're applying for this when you're like don't even have a. And Serafina, like that's been a long-term neighborhood.
Yeah,
location.
absolutely.
So I don't have a problem with it, but I want again everyone here to know we read these really carefully and we really care about what you say because we are representing the community here. And so please pay as much attention to these forms as we do.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm being a little pissy because I'm doing this on vacation.
Yes, we can easily, we can get the number by tomorrow even, purchase for the location. And in regards to for the public assembly, yes, right now we're in the process of with our architect and engineer and submitting to the landlord for their engineering approval. But once we get approval from them, then we will apply for the public assembly, correct?
Yeah. When will the build out be completed?
Build out is supposed to be completed in January, or keys handed over in January. Kevin, if there's like, if construction is to be completed before then, let us know.
Right, so we get the keys in January. But you know, the reason why we're applying so much in advance, because I know like the license I just applied for took almost a year with the SLA, so you know, just wanted to get a jump start.
Yeah.
Okay, do I hear a motion of no objection? Second,
Second.
do I hear any objection? Okay. No objection, the resolution is adopted by unanimous consent, will be considered by the full board on September 10th. Okay, good luck to you guys. I hope the construction is finished by January. It is a real issue on Second Avenue.
Yes, well, the building is pretty much completed. You know, they have some things to do within the space, but from what I understand, yeah, I still do see the shed outside, but they are looking by, you know, by October to hopefully get like that building, you know, looking 100% with all the outside stuff out.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Good luck.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We're at 19. This is laid over. Ryan,
It had been laid over from last month,
what is, okay,
so we're hearing it.
new application temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for June Buku Incorporated doing business as to be determined at 334 Lexington Avenue. Is there a representative available?
Yes, hi. Good evening. My name is Samuel An, the law firm of An and G LLP. I represent the applicant. Her name is Jay Jung. And
Hello.
Hey Jay, let me do the speaking for a little bit, just for introduction. Her corporation is K-John Boku Inc. The location is at 334 Lexington Avenue, New York, New York. It's on the northwest corner of 39th Street and Lexington
Yes, I think
Avenue.
we know that. This is the old house of lasagna. Anyway,
Yes.
okay. So you're applying for a temporary retail permit?
Yes.
You know the location, I think. Are there any questions from members of the community regarding this application? Any members of the committee have any questions regarding this application? All right. Seeing no questions, do I hear a motion to, no objection to this? Who's that?
Was that Paige?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, Paige?
I want to know, are they going to have anything for handicap to get into that location? Because it's not a handicapped available restaurant.
Yes, we're undertaking to we hired an architect and we're going to be making the premises handicap accessible.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so in other words, before you open, you will be handicap accessible.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Do I hear a motion of no objection?
Motion of no objection.
Second. Okay. Do I hear an objection to this motion? Hearing no objection, the resolution adopted by unanimous consent will be considered by the full board on September 10th.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good luck to your new restaurant.
Thank you.
Number 20, new application, temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for Tavern 1860 LLC doing business as the Derby Club at 358 East 57th Street. Is there a representative available?
Don't see Mr. Flynn. Mr. Flynn is not here unless he's on the phone. Let me see. Mr. Flynn, if you're on the phone, I think, it's star.
Well, maybe we can keep this, we'll come back.
Okay.
Okay, number 21. New application, a temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for Adriano 1981 Corp. Doing business as Elias Casa Bianca at 398 East 52nd Street. Is there a representative available?
Yes, good evening. My name is Anthony Carabello.
Okay, Mr. Carabello, you're asking for a liquor license, but I know this place has been on the corner for a number of years. You're telling me they don't serve liquor now?
No, so there's two premises there. There's one on the corner and one's a little bit inside. That was the prior location, La Vieta, and they've been licensed since 2016, and they recently closed. So it's not the corner spot, it's the spot that is inside a little in the inlet.
Okay, the one with the awning?
Yeah, I mean, I have Elvana and Elias Bukaj, our husband and wife. They're the operators. Elias, if you want to add in here and specifically tell them where your site is, that would be helpful. But you're not on the corner, correct? You're inside on the street. They're in the meeting. I don't know if they're muted. But yes, it's a different premises. It's the smaller space on East 52nd Street.
Okay, this is the one with the triangular roof?
Not sure, I can't speak to the roof, but I know it's not the corner location. It's
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
there you go.
Yes. Yep, we can hear you.
Hi, how you doing? Yeah, it's the La Villeta, the small building in the middle,
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
not the pizzeria.
correct.
All right, okay, so you don't currently serve liquor?
No, so this is a new establishment. The prior applicants closed down. They were there since 2016. And they're going in brand new. They closed down in March. And
Okay.
brief breakdown. I know it's a lengthy agenda, but it's a full liquor license. The premises is licensed prior. The hours of operation will be from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m., 7 days. No outdoor seating, background music only. The applicants have extensive experience in the industry for 2 decades. They also have an existing license in Brooklyn, a restaurant over the last 3 years, but they've operated these type of establishments for many years.
Okay, thank you. I see there seems to be sidewalk seating there, but the questionnaire, the Community Board 6 questionnaire says no NA to apply
Yeah.
for sidewalk seating.
That's not their seating. They'll address that later when they file with DOT, but our filing right now does not have any outside seating.
Okay, I see a hand raised. 2. And
So I just want to clarify because this was kind of one restaurant. It was all La Villeta and one of my parents' favorite places. So they basically both closed and are both reopening as something new. Is that correct?
I think that's accurate, right? You can confirm that, right, Elias?
Yes.
So, the only other comment I had is that I noticed, that there was not a phone number for the on-site manager
We'd be
for
glad to-
this location.
I could send it in, or we can give it to you right now. I can email it first thing in the morning.
Right, or you could put it, if you got it, you could just put it in the chat, maybe?
Yes.
Brian, does that work for you?
Sure, email is
Yeah.
also fine.
Yeah, yeah, just so, like, it's just so we have it on record. I'm sure it's gonna be great.
We'd be glad. Thank you.
Right, we hear a motion of no objection.
Motion of no objection.
Second, please. Okay. Do I hear any objection to the motion of no objection? Hearing none, resolution is adopted by unanimous consent will be considered for the full board on September 10th.
Thank you so much. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the summer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good luck and get that DOT permit in.
Will do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 22, new application temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for Pashem LLC doing business as to be determined at 212 East 52nd Street. Is there a representative available?
Yes, hi, good evening. This is Nicole Tejada speaking. I'm here with Maria Kyoko, who's the potential licensee for Pashem LLC. Would like to thank you for the opportunity to give us to speak tonight. So we're applying for a full liquor license with the concept of a comedy club located at 212 East 52nd Street on the 3rd floor. The business is aiming to provide a entertainment experience for the community, a vibrant environment for guests to enjoy drinks and food. The club will have capacity of 75 patrons with 70 seats total, including 10 tables and bar stools. The operating hours will be from 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. Applicant Maria has extensive experience in the hospitality industry, having previously ran a successful business in New Jersey. She also has a bunch of experience working with restaurants and handling alcohol.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we're familiar with that particular building. In fact, that reminds me, didn't we have a liquor license application for a private club at the same building last year?
Yes, that applicant moved out of state and the business was sold.
Okay. Okay, I don't have any other questions. The members of the committee have a question about this? No? Any member of the community? Any other hands raised? No. Okay, do I hear a motion of no objection?
So moved.
And seconded? Excuse me. Okay, any objection to the motion of no objection? Hearing no objection, resolution adopted by unanimous consent, considered for the full board on September 10th. Thank you very much and good luck in your new business.
Thank you so much.
Good
Have
luck.
a great evening.
Thank you.
We all need some laughs.
Okay. Okay, number 23. New application and temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for La Cava NYC Corporation doing business as La Cava at 939 Second Avenue. My comment is that I didn't have the CB6 questionnaire, but I think it just came in today, so I haven't even had a chance to review it.
Hi, my name is Ben Korngard. I'm the attorney for the applicant. We submitted it, definitely wasn't today. I think it was earlier in the week, Monday.
See that.
But I can give you a rundown. So this is an application for an on-premises liquor license at 939 Second Avenue. The business is currently operating as La Cava. This is a transfer of ownership. So my client, Ladislav Kulisek, who is on as well. Ladislav, can you unmute? We can't hear you.
Mr. Kulisek.
Oh, do you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
can.
can hear you now.
Hey, how are you, everyone?
So Ladislav has worked he's been a manager there for a long time, almost 10 years. The current owner is leaving. It's a transfer of assets. It's going to essentially be the same operation that's currently there. It is basically an Italian restaurant, extensive menu. It's been very successful. He's just buying the business from her. So there's really no changes from what you see now.
Okay, yeah, because I know I've eaten there and I did serve liquor, so I was wondering, it wasn't clear that this was a transfer of license or transfer of ownership. Okay.
Yeah, Anton, that was my question too. It's like why isn't it a transfer application?
Well, it is. Is there some different designation?
I think it was as a new application.
No, so
yeah,
it is a transfer application. If you see on the 30-day notice under number 20 here. But because it's
Can you go up to the
new-
top? I mean,
Yeah, because
I mean, it's fine if it is, but I just
corporate-
thought it was
right. It's a
like
new
at the very top of that page where it says new application.
Yeah,
right.
It's
There's
not.
no checkbox.
It's saying new application. They're not transfer.
Well, there is no
but
transfer.
And when
Okay,
a
that's
lic-
fine. That's fine.
when a license is being
I thought it was a different form.
when a license is being quote unquote transferred, that's sort of a term of art because the applicant still has to apply for a new license in their own right. They just happen to be sort of taking over for a license that's already established, but they are applying for a new license in their own right.
That's
You
all
can't
accurate.
technically
And everything else.
take a license from someone else.
okay.
I'm sorry, there is a bear in my backyard right now.
Well, chase him away.
Holy. No, he's so cute. I like totally want him there. He's a cub.
Okay,
I am not going out, but oh my God, it's so.
And if it goes wrong, you don't count for quorum anyway.
Oh my God, it's so exciting. Like we haven't seen a bear all year. So it's really, oh my God, he's the cutest thing ever. Sorry. I'll mute.
Okay, on the 30-day notice, it says you have licensed outdoor space. Now, I don't remember La Cava coming to this committee in its prior form, asking for, or presenting a DRT.
They did.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other
Okay.
guy came, pretty sure.
Let me
Yeah,
ask this
Mr.
question
Kulisek
then.
came.
The larger, does this DOT license?
This application, the DOT application has not been filed yet. They just the contract was just signed. So, I've been listening, so I understand your concerns. We're going to file a DOT application. At this point, it's probably going to be next season, but we'll try to get it in as soon as possible.
Okay, so you are applying for a license.
We will
outdoor
be,
space.
yeah, we have not yet.
Yeah, I know it's a little confusing on the 30-day notice because it says you have a licensed outdoor space, but you really
Right.
don't.
Right.
Okay. Do I hear any comments from members of the community? Any hands raised out there? Okay. Do I hear a resolution of no objection to this new liquor license?
Yeah.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Is there any objection from the committee about this resolution? Hearing no objection, resolution is adopted by unanimous consent, will be considered by the full board on September 10th. And thank you very much, and don't change your menu too much, the food was fine.
We stay with the same menu.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. 924 new application and temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for Beverly Rose Cafe LLC doing business as Beverly Rose Cafe at 274 Third Avenue. Then I have the same question. I didn't see the questionnaire, but we got that this afternoon. Didn't get to me, so I can't comment on that. Is there a representative available for Beverly Rose?
My name is Frank Palillo.
Thank you. Okay, I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get the questionnaire until a few hours ago.
Unfortunately, that's not true. The
No?
questionnaire was sent to you 2 days ago.
The 27th.
Today is what,
I think
20?
we got it. Or
28.
26.
Oh, didn't make us to the air table, for us to review. Anyway, Beverly Rose Cafe, didn't you serve alcohol previously? Is this a new license you're looking for, or transfer?
It's not a transfer, it's a new license. The building has been licensed in the past, but there's no license there currently, so there's no transfer.
Okay. Do I hear any questions or comments from members of the committee? And did you have a chance to read the questionnaire? You're muted.
And you're muted.
Sorry, too many windows open.
Watch out for the bear. Close those windows.
Oh, no, the windows are closed because it's so friggin' cold here, which I'm
Yeah,
sure you
Labor
don't
Day
want to
weekend.
hear,
Labor
but
Day weekend, it's like this, I agree.
no,
Okay,
it's like it was like 48 this morning when I woke up. But yes, now I have to find my way back to my notes because
Okay.
here it is.
And I'm gonna ask, because I didn't have a chance, did you read the questionnaire?
I did. Yeah, we're talking about Chipotle, right?
No.
No, this
Oh.
is.
Rocky, who was the last tenant?
Beverly Rose Cafe.
Rocky? Rocky?
Oh, yes. No, my concern, well, okay, yes, I had a couple of things. Like, I had no sense of like what the vibe of that place was. And first of all, and it does not click check yes on does it comply with the certificate of occupancy, which is pretty basic.
Hi, I'm sorry, I was trying to unmute. Yeah.
I'd like to respond, Rocky.
Yeah.
Rocky's family owns the building. We are getting a new certificate of occupancy for the building.
Okay, but like like there was neither no nor yes was on the
It's a new CFO, that's
you
what
know on the questionnaire.
I see you can-
Is
I
that why
see-
you're asking me that, Anton? Because you knew that I was going to say that?
Oh, because I didn't have a chance to read it, and I know you did.
Yes. So I did. I had a concern with that, and also the public is sermon. Like I just usually, when you get an application, you kind of get some sense of what the vibe is going to be. And so, is this where the Gramercy Ale House used to be?
No.
Next to.
No, Rocky, what was the last tenant there?
The last tenant there was the Black Bear Lodge in 2012.
Okay, because 13 years ago, this place has been empty 13 years.
No, there's been previous tenants in there, but the last liquor license that was issued was in 2012 for the Black Bear Lodge. There was a ladies and gentlemen spa there recently.
Okay, because when I pulled up Google Maps and it was like it wasn't a great picture. Yeah, what I got was a little to the left, like that, the Gramercy Ale House you can see there. So I was like, what? Like, what's the deal?
Yes, the Gramercy.
So
So just to make sure, you're
Keep
next
talking.
door to the Gramercy Ale House.
where this spa was?
Are you speaking to me? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, the location is where the spa was.
Okay. So how big is space? That's not a very big space.
Approximately 1,500 square feet.
Okay. So you're gonna be in
and
direct competition with Gramercy Ale?
No, not at all. This is a restaurant.
Okay.
Next door to Gramercy Hill.
Gramercy Ale is a pub. Am I not mistaken? Am I right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, can we pull up the application, you know, the questionnaire, please? 'Cause,
30 days.
again, way too many. Oh, okay, because it does say restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I just usually, you know, you read these and you get some sense of like what there's gonna be going on there. So my notes are saying it does not say it complies with certificate of occupancy.
You guys say that there's limited, you have limited SIBO?
And the other thing is too, I noticed like that's not a residential building. Like I thought all that whole stretch was, you know, kind of restaurants and stuff on the ground floor and residences above.
The questionnaire, what you're seeing is what my secretary gave you. My questionnaire, which is handwritten, says it's not, it's a mixed use building. Rocky, are there apartments up there?
It's a mixed use. It's actually a townhouse. It's my personal townhouse.
So there are people living upstairs.
Yes, Rocky.
So let me
So he's
understand
the-
this. This is your personal townhouse. This is where you live? Are
The-
you
Only
the only
you are
tenant?
upstairs.
The townhouse is my mom and dad's, and they granted it over to me.
Okay. All right. Did you speak to them about
So-
putting a tavern there? Did you get their consent?
They're very excited about it.
I tried to get them to sign a petition.
You should have. But like, well, but like I said, I mean, again, this seems to be the theme of tonight, but it's like, is this establishment located within a residential building? And I mean, I guess strictly speaking, it is, right? Because there are people living upstairs and
I don't think the system allows elaboration. It's either a yes or no answer.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
you're
So that's-
right about
So
that.
that's where we're stuck.
So, yeah.
Okay,
And
there's also
other than that,
space-
like,
There's
yeah.
also comment space towards the end. Anyway,
Well, yes, and the other thing too is that it's like the question of, do you have a public assembly permit is not answered.
I presume that was not applicable because we're less than 74 persons at 1,500 square feet.
Right, but what, I mean, and again, I'm not looking at this, but shouldn't it just say no?
Yes, it should.
And
Yeah.
that may be something we need to change in the questionnaire to have
No, I
like
see it's
yes,
marked on my,
no, and
I
A.
see it's marked in my handwritten, but not on what I'm seeing on the screen.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the reason
Yeah.
for that is, but I
But,
apologize.
you know, like,
okay.
God bless. Like, and you know what? If you could work with your parents living upstairs, all the better. Like, good luck.
You're telling me.
Okay.
Having worked in a family business, I can relate.
They'll be coming down giving you tips, Rock.
Okay, thank you all. Are there any comments from members of the community? Okay, so do I hear a resolution of no objection?
Resolution.
Second,
Second,
do I hear any objections to the no objection resolution? Hearing none. This resolution adopted by unanimous consent will be considered by the full board on September 10th, 2025. Thank you.
Folks, enjoy the
And-
Labor Day weekend.
All right, hopefully you won't have any bears in your backyard, and we'll go on to the next business.
Very good.
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Item 25. New application and temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for 1988 Saints LLC doing business as Nino's Ristorante at 405 East 52nd Street. Is there a representative available?
Yes, hi, my name is Andy. I'm from ABC License. I'm back. 1988 Saints was originally heard back on April 24th for a full liquor license and a temporary permit. The only reason why we sent another notice is because we are amending the original application to add a roadway cafe. We have applied with Dining Out DOT, and we just want to re-notify the community board that we will be applying for a roadway cafe. There will be, because it exceeds the 40 maximum 40 feet length, there will be two separate cafes. The first cafe will be 40 feet. The second cafe will be 16.5 feet, and they're about, I had it with me, sorry. And
Okay,
they are 10 feet apart from each other.
Let me, as I recall the DOT regulations, and I'm not an expert on this. But the roadway cafe in front of the establishment cannot exceed the width of the establishment. In other words, the establishment is 25 feet wide, the roadway cafe can only be 25 feet wide. I'm not understanding how you can have two roadway cafes, even though they're separated by 10 feet, because the second one would certainly not be in front of the establishment's footprint.
Okay, if you can pull up the diagram that I submitted, I have the feeling DOT didn't submit this. So our restaurant frontage is actually 66.5 feet long. Our main door is right in the middle of our frontage actually. So there's another part towards the right side that's also part of our frontage. And that's how we are able to put more than 40 feet.
Okay, because I've gone by that location, it just didn't appear to me that it was so wide.
So the inside of the premise, although it looks pretty small on the outside, it's actually over 3,000 square feet. It's roughly 3,200 square feet, so it's a pretty big space.
Okay, as I recall, this is a relocation because you've done business elsewhere and your lease was up or something like that, you have to vacate.
Yes, unfortunately, they lost the lease, so this is their new location, or will be the new location.
Any member of the committee have any questions regarding this application? A member of the community, do we see any hands, members of the community? No. No. Okay, now, are you also adding live music to your?
No, that was already included in our original application, but the live music would just be on piano.
And that'll be inside your establishment?
Inside only, no music outdoors.
All right, so we have not seen the DOT application for the roadway cafe.
Really? They
Have we?
should have submitted on the 12th. I don't know why it hasn't been submitted to you guys yet.
Has it been submitted?
Yes, it was actually approved by DOT representative. I have her name with me. Julia McBride, and she should have sent it to the community board on the 12th, August 12th.
To my knowledge, we never received it.
Maybe I'll see you next month then.
Yeah, otherwise we'd be doing that and your liquor license, at the same time. Okay, do you intend to have sidewalk seating aside from the, roadway cafe?
No, we will not be applying for sidewalk because there's no space since there are 3 beds right in front of our frontage.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I have no further questions. Any members of the community have any questions? Members of the committee? Any comments, questions? Do I hear a resolution of no objection? Motion.
Second.
Okay. Do I hear any objection to the resolution of no objection? Hearing no objection, the resolution is adopted by unanimous consent and will be considered by the full board meeting September 10th, 2026. All right, thank you very much. Good
Thank
luck on your new restaurant space. I know your old restaurant was very well regarded.
Will do. Have a good night.
You too, thank you. Item 26, new application for wine, beer and cider license for Chipotle Mexican Grill of Colorado LLC, doing business as Chipotle Mexican Grill, number 5360 at 600 3rd Avenue. Okay, this was laid over from the July 31st meeting. Is there a representative here?
Yes, hi, good evening. Good evening.
Thank you for hanging around.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, yeah, we were looking at, for you, last meeting, but you're here now. Do I hear any, questions from members of the committee regarding your new application? Members of the community? No, who was?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm saying, looking at the application that I saw, the contact information, I don't anticipate a lot of problems here, but the contact information is totally inadequate. It was like licensing at Chipotle, like that is just not really, like if somebody has a problem, that's who they're gonna write to.
Well, I will say that that's the same address that actually is given to the state liquor authority. So, notices and, renewal notice, whatever, that's where it goes.
Just saying, if somebody in the neighborhood has a problem, that is not the email. And we request a name, email, address, phone number. And so if you've been sitting here all this time, you have heard this raised as an issue before.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, as a matter of fact, Javon Allen, he's the district manager. He might be on, I don't say his name, but maybe that phone number there that I see. But Javon was to be on, and his information I think would be appropriate. Cell phone number, what have you. But I can't commit until until I can.
If you've been hanging around, you heard us ask this question for somebody who is opening a restaurant in a building that is not completed yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So give us a phone number that if there's like drunk people having a problem that is causing a commotion and you'd rather we not call somebody not call 911.
Right.
Give us a phone number, right?
Absolutely. So yeah, no problem there. I could get you that.
Get some information.
I would think if Javon
to
was
the board
on,
office.
he'd probably give it to you now, his information. But unfortunately, I can't commit. Hopefully tomorrow I can do that. I would say latest Tuesday, because Monday's the holiday.
Yep.
But yeah, that makes perfect sense. Absolutely.
Okay,
Thank
the
you.
telephone number should be posted in a publicly accessible space in the restaurant.
Okay.
We asked this of practically every restaurant.
Is
Who's the
that
manager? This is-
a requirement of the board, or is that just general practice? How does that? Only just so I know,
It's general practice, but certainly
Gotcha.
on the questionnaire, there should be a name and telephone number.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and like, I mean, that helps everybody. As you said, I mean, we, and it was, nobody, I think, expects problems at the location, but if there are, particularly when there shouldn't be, to have someone to contact as opposed to having to go to the police or someone, so it could be resolved without, involving, time of everyone. It makes perfect sense. No problem at all.
Okay.
Oh,
In
and I
fact, I'm
believe,
sure the manager would like to know if there are
Yeah.
problems. He would prefer to hear it from an individual rather than having a cop show up.
you're absolutely right. And I would venture to say if Javon were on, which I'm not sure why he's not, but he would give his information.
Great.
And like I said, he's the district manager of the store. And but I will absolutely get you a name and number who can be reached directly.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Any comments from members of the community? Okay, I make a suggestion if we, for a resolution of no objection with the stipulation that the telephone number be provided for the appropriate individual for complaints to be received for this particular location.
Absolutely. That'd be great.
So if we get that before a full board, then that's.
Yeah.
Then that's out of the red zone? Because typically a stipulation is something that the SLA then sort of affixes to the license as a requirement.
Okay, so the timeline is, it has to be before September 10th. If you get it to us on Tuesday, it's certainly before September 10th.
Sure, no problem. That won't be an issue at all.
Okay. Okay, do I have a resolution of no objection?
Second.
Do I hear any objection from any member of the committee? Hearing none, resolution adopted by unanimous consent and will be considered by the full board on September 10th. Thank you very much, and make sure you get that telephone number to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Will
And the
do.
and the manager's
Thank
name.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Number 27. Oh, this has been laid over to our next meeting. Before I go any farther, let me go back again to item number 20. New application temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for Tavern 1860 LLC doing business as the Derby Club at 358 East 57th Street. Is there a representative available?
If you're on the phone, you can press *6 to unmute yourself.
Who's that, Mr. Flynn?
Mr. Flynn is the attorney for the applicant, but
I'm surprised he's not,
I don't see it.
part of the Irish Mafia.
Maybe he was mauled by a bear.
Pardon?
Maybe he was mauled by a bear.
Oh,
We'll send a hand to it.
Mr. Flynn is still on the phone, not answering.
I don't know if that's Mr. Flynn or not. But if you are on the phone, Mr. Flynn, *6 could unmute you.
Okay, let's go to the last Item, one-day alcohol permit for wine and beer license from Mount Farms Incorporated, doing business as Delmonica Gourmet at 150 East 42nd Street. Is a representative available?
Hi, this is Ellen Kim. I'm here from the Mountain Farms Inc., Delmonico Gourmet.
Okay, thank you, because no one appeared when we brought this to the committee last July 31st.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Sorry, can you repeat?
All right, this came up to our committee July 31st, and there was no representative available.
Yes, because I was notified when I was on vacation. The day before the meeting, someone emailed me from your community board, and if we could attend the meeting, but whole week was out.
Okay.
I was out for a whole week. Sorry.
Okay, could you give us a little background on why you want this one-day alcohol permit?
Oh, yes. Delmonico Gourmet, it's been in the location for a while, and we've been delivering food to corporate offices, especially the building we are in, the same building, which is 150 East 42nd. And there is, we haven't providing any beer or wine because we didn't have any license for it. But the Wells Fargo, Wells Fargo Connection Center, they are start asking for temporary beer and wine served with the dinner. So we are applying for one-day beer and permit, wine and beer permit. And it wasn't much, so we are okay with the one-day permit in the past, and now they are aware of that we are doing it. So we need more than 4 one-day permit per year. It would be nice if we could have an authorization letter that we could have 12 events in a year.
So,
For the
in effect,
location, Wells Fargo.
You're having multiple events which would require
Yes.
wine and beer license for each event. My question is, why didn't you just apply for a wine and beer license, period, so you could do it more than 4 times a year?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We are planning on it, but this is something temporarily to just go for this year. But we
And
are
this-
gonna be probably eventually applying next year, yes.
So this is basically for corporate events inside the Wells Fargo building.
Yes, yes. And we do have certified bartenders and on-site, and Wells Fargo only allows per person to be served for the beer and wine.
All right, I have no further questions. Does any member of the community have any questions about this? Does any member of the community have any questions about this?
So Anne has her hand raised?
Okay.
Yes, of
Who's that?
course I do. So I'm just a little wondering, like, I'm all in favor of you guys like getting some more business, supporting local businesses. That's great. It does smack a little bit like there are a reason why these rules are in place. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure what those reasons are. So I'm comfortable giving you, once a month kind of catering with beer and wine. Doesn't seem that big a deal, but it does smack a little bit of in corporate entitlement. So I just am throwing that out there, but it's not your corporation that's being entitled. You're just trying to get it, get some business. So I'm all for it.
Okay, so despite that you may have had any issues with Wells Fargo as a bank, it's okay?
Yes, but I mean, does anybody else feel that way? Is anybody else concerned about the fact that, it's like, we have these rules and like, what's the kind of reason for this exception? Like, why is this rule there? Like, it makes me think about why is this rule there in the first place? Right?
They just want to be legal about it and, if they
Of
ask,
course, and I totally applaud that. No, but I mean, why is the 4 times a year limitation there?
I think they don't want someone to abuse the 1-day permit and just effectively use that as a workaround to getting a proper license. So if they
Yes.
want more
And,
than
and
4.
12 times a year seems
If they want
reasonable.
more- If they want more than 4, then the SLA requires them to get a letter from the municipality, which in this case is us. And I believe from the police department as well, saying that those two entities have no
Yes.
objection to them having more.
I think that's what the application said, and I have no problem, and this is the last thing on a fairly long agenda. But I gotta say, if you come back and you say you want to do 30, you might get a little more pushback.
They can't do more than 12 in a year.
Okay.
Okay. Any comments from members of the community? Okay. All right. Do I hear a motion, no objection?
Motion, no
objection. Second.
I would just say for the resolution, I would recommend, since they don't actually give us the dates, that it's specified that this applies for 2025 only.
Okay. All right, is there any objection to the no objection? Hearing no objection, resolution is adopted by unanimous consent and will be considered by the full board again on September 10th, 2025. Okay. And Brian, when you finish doing that, just shoot a copy to me to make sure I okay. Okay, back again, try for temporary liquor retail permit for Tavern 1860, doing business in Derby Club at 358, 357. And again, I ask, is there a representative available?
No. No, you're good.
I guess we can lay this over. This is the second time.
This is the second time.
Second time.
Didn't they do it last?
I think they were up last time and maybe. Yes,
Yeah, they did.
did you get a
That's
response from
really-
them that they would be here?
Yeah. But
You know, I don't really have any big issues. This is the old Neary's Tavern. I used to live directly across the street from. And I know we reviewed this about a year ago from another group that was gonna take over that building and nothing has happened in the 12 months that's passed. Right. We don't have any time limit to get back to the SLA on them.
We technically, go ahead.
sorry, yeah, no, I was just gonna say the SLA has told us that it takes about 9 months.
Yeah,
So-
I'm talking, yeah.
We technically do, however, and it's 30 days.
Mm.
However, the SLA does take a little bit of time to
Process it.
through all its applications. I would say if by September's meeting, you guys should either decide to issue a resolution one way or the other, or decide to just say nothing.
Well, yeah, I think, you know, as I've said this before. If they don't have the interest of even showing up, now 2 months in a row. I would find it very difficult unless there was some overriding excuse to say, no, we're not gonna consider this and, you know, you're not a good corporate neighbor, so to speak. If you won't even show up to the community board.
Let's see what they have to say and we'll invite them back next month. Maybe they have a good reason. Bear attack, alien abduction.
Have they provided good reasons in the past? Have they provided any reasons in the past? Or have they just been no-shows?
We just were no show last month.
They told us in advance that, you know, they requested to be laid over before the meeting.
Okay.
It wasn't like they were a no-show.
Okay.
And they said they would come to this meeting, but
if you could follow up on that.
I would suggest though, if you anticipate having problems with this one on other than just not showing up.
Yeah.
Make those known now and go ahead and pass your resolution. But if you don't foresee that there will be. Then, probably bring them back, see if they'll come back next.
I'd like to see him back, because I have some questions about the location and taking it over. Since I knew old Jim Leary from way back when. Okay,
Yeah.
Chair's report. Okay, a couple things I wanna make sure the committee knows about. The guidance from the DOT. That we cannot turn down applicants. This is sidewalk or roadway cafe solely because applicant did not show up at the bulk meeting. And I think we had a couple of those like that. So, again, like talking about, this place on 57th Street. I find it very hard that they're not interested in showing up for a bulk meeting, and this is something that communities take very seriously. That putting sidewalk cafes, or especially roadway cafes, if they don't show up, but they can't be the reason for turning down an application for the DOT. There's got to be other reasons as well. I think that was the guidance they gave us, as I recall. from the
Then what
letter.
they said, Brian, I believe we spoke about this,
Mhm.
and I had some questions about the language. Are they saying, do not send us rejections on the basis of them not showing up? Are they saying, fine, send that in to us if you want to, but know that we DOT will not reject for that basis?
Sure.
Were you able to reach out to DOT, or is there, do we get further clarity on that? Because those are two slightly different statements.
Yeah, what verbatim, what they said in their communication was, the lack of attendance cannot be used as a basis to deny an application.
Yeah.
But has DOT said anything further to clarify that? Because that could mean DOT will not reject them, even if we send them an application that we reject for that basis.
Yeah.
Or it could be, don't send us applications like this with this rejection or this basis. But we have no further clarity on that.
I think
No,
we have to get
not
some
beyond what they
clarification, and maybe next month we'll have some information. Yeah. I don't want to get into an OCM situation where they don't know what they're doing. Okay, second thing, new legal guidance from the OCM about proximity rules. It's on their website. I think we should all take a look at it and be familiar with it. And the proximity map is available again on their website, which would tell you distances from various religious and schools and other organizations that require distancing.
Is the change there that it's the boundary versus the entrance? Is that what's changing?
So, yeah, there's a one, or two pager, I guess, in this, that's Anton's, there,
Yeah.
I believe referred to it as a correction.
Yeah.
I
Let me
I
see.
guess my question is, if you like go to the OCM website right now and run a proximity report, is that gonna be using the new correct guidelines, or
That's-
like has that been updated?
That's, I think, my kind of question, and it actually speaks to the one that we had today, because I know for a fact the proximity, doing the proximity test 500 feet from that location, the entrance to PS 47, which is on 23rd Street, is outside of 500 feet. But the PS 47 extends to 24th
Right.
Street. And so
The building boundaries.
boundary of the school is absolutely within 500 feet.
Okay, so I hear that. I also went to the proximity webpage. And it indicated very clearly St. Clement's Church was 169 feet away, but as gentleman mentioned, it's not there anymore.
Yeah, I think and that I understand the challenging,
Yeah.
100%. But to me, that the school is the one that, because if you do it purely based on the map, it is not within the proximity guideline.
Okay. Again, another situation where OCN has not been, how should I say it, and not forthright, but more accurate.
Well, the OCM website says that, a cannabis retail dispensary cannot be within 500 feet of a school's property line.
Right. In which case,
And that's
the map doesn't work, but
Yeah,
that's a violation.
With the map, there is a disclaimer that it's for informational purposes, so only,
Yeah, and that's straight line, not around the corner.
As the program.
Yes, yes, and go to Google Maps, you can do that. Old new business, we finally set up our efficiency meeting, was it September 18th, I think?
16th, yeah.
Whatever. And I'd like to thank Ann very much. She sent me an email a couple months ago, or yeah, about a month ago, about what to look for sidewalk cafe applications, and also goes for roadway. And I would like to add, if you have any, if you don't have any objection, I'm going to have Jesus forward this to all members of the committee, because it very clearly indicates some of the things, many of the things we should be looking for. And I know you do look for things very carefully, so we can use these guidelines. I think it would help us a lot.
Anton, thank you so much. You're welcome. Like, I appreciate that. I have kind of continued to refine that and have added, as I was going through this month's applications, I added some stuff on cannabis dispensaries and liquor licenses. So it's kind of more complete of all the things we come to, we come across. And so I'd probably rather have that sent along than the one I originally shared with you. But yeah, I'd love to have why should we all reinvent the wheel, right? And especially poor, Will, like, here's his first night here and he's kind of seeing it all. And I hope this doesn't make you just immediately want to resign. So I can't see you, but I hope I really appreciate. So yeah, Anton, let me kind of go through, because I was doing it today on kind of short.
Okay, no problem. I mean,
it was a tight thing, but certainly in time to share it for the September 16th meeting. I hope that, I'm sure other people will have other suggestions to add to it. So it's a start, it's not the finish.
Yeah, so if we can have before the efficiency meeting, then people have a chance to look at it. If they have any suggestions, additions, or whatever, we can discuss it at the efficiency meeting.
Great.
Okay.
And Sarah, thank you again for.
Go ahead. For the minutes.
No,
you're welcome.
you.
But I wanted to tell you, thank you for doing those, that list, because certainly Will is learning a lot, and I've learned a lot from you and your questions over this past year that I've been in the committee. So it would be great to get your input ahead of time so we can think about it, and then also bring our own things to the table. So thank you.
Okay.
It's all a process, right?
Yes, it is.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Doesn't need a second. Okay, seeing no further business, meeting is adjourned at 8:53 p.m. Thank you all.
Although I gotta tell everybody that blob in the background of my picture, that's the bear. He was
Wow.
he was
I
right
know.
there. He was so cute and fat. It was great. Okay, now you can end the meeting.
Okay. Have fun.
So far, so good.
Okay.
Bye-bye.